sorry, I feel like I'm talking so much. I'm just really monopolizing the conversation here. Do you have anything you'd like to share?
I always get questions at the break about my instrument, so I might just say a little bit about that. Has anyone ever seen this before?
Yes.
You have seen it. Anybody not ever seen it? You're not going to fess up if you haven't? Okay, great! Awesome! So this drum is called the Bodhran, and again, it looks exactly like you say it, B-O-D-H-R-A-N. So if you ever hear anyone say Bodhran, just like, right? The DH doesn't exist. It's like take a bow, Ron. There you go. Okay? So there's sort of two aspects to this instrument. We've got the stick hand, which gets the rhythm. And then in the back, this is a relatively, we were talking about this on the way up here, but this instrument, everyone sort of thinks it's from like the ancient mists of Ireland. And really, it's only been played in this way since like maybe the 1970s.
They played in this style that you played.
Yeah, so I'll spare you the long history lesson because I like to keep you awake. But there's not really any sort of documented history on where this instrument came from, but the sort of general folklore is that it was used for a farming instrument for farmers to winnow their grain, and then would have been used in a lot of ritual type things. So if you ever heard of St. Stephen's Day, the mummers, the Wren boys, basically it's an excuse to dress up in these crazy outfits the day after Christmas so that you're unrecognizable to your neighbors and go terrorize them until they give you money or alcohol to go away. So it was used a lot in that tradition, and then sort of became a more legitimate instrument when Shauna Riada, am I getting the name right, wrote the music for some films that were, I believe they're in Irish language, right? You guys know? Misha Era and
Cara, is that the name of the other one?
Not the Quiet Man. There's a big revival in Irish history, because I don't know if y'all know, they were colonized by England for a very long time, and they were, forbidden to speak the Irish language, or play Irish music, or be Catholic, or own property, or. So once they finally gave them the boot, all these things started to sort of come back, and there was a big revival in the language and the music. So this film was created, I think, in the Irish language. Nobody quote me on that. Go look it up before you tell all your friends. And Shauna Riada was commissioned to write the music for this film. And that was one of the first times ever that all the instruments were used in a setting like this. So historically, it would have been like, and I promise I'm coming back to the Bodhran, but historically it would have been like maybe one fiddle player playing for some dancers, or one piper, or one harp playing for some nobility or something. So for him to sort of bring all these instruments in kind of like a legitimate setting together with arranged, oh, we're going to play this jig 3 times, and then, whatever, was a really, really sort of new thing that had never been done before. And one of the instruments he used was the Bodhran. So at that point was sort of like was taken out of this ritual tradition into more of like a concert setting. So anyway, that's way more than you wanted to know, but you can use your stick to get rhythm, and then I'm using my backhand here. Hopefully I'm in a place standing up. Depending on where I put it and how hard I'm pushing, I can get all these different sounds. So, but again, that's a very sort of new style of playing that did not exist 100 years ago, or maybe even 50 years ago.
I feel like we were talking in the car, but I feel like I kind of watched it. Do you feel this way too? So like when we were younger playing, most people did not. I don't think anyone played like that. No. And then, one person started doing it, and a couple people started doing it. Now it's very popular, but it feels like something new enough we sort of watched it happen. I think everything up here is probably more modern than people tend to think. People often think Irish music is very ancient, and that's true. I think this building is older than the existence of the Lexie. So basically, like there again. Like, what if we all just started